Ladies and gentlemen, as of just earlier today, we've all gotten a hold of some brand new economic data, and I'll tell you what, things are looking good. In fact, things are looking so good that not even CNN can deny that Trump's economic policies are already working. Take a look at this.
Finally, we have some good news on the economy and really the number one issue for many Americans, the cost of living. So we just learned that consumer prices in February increased by 2.8% year over year, 0.2% month over month. Both of these figures were a step in the right direction, and both were better than expected. So this is definitely very encouraging to see, because it's going to, I think, relieve some fears that inflation was perhaps re-accelerating, because this actually breaks a streak of 4 straight months where I think you could see it on the chart all the way to the right, where the inflation rate was going in the wrong direction, right? It was going higher and higher. Finally, we're seeing it dip.
You hear that, folks? Despite all of the doomsaying coming from the Democrats, after just 52 days in office, President Trump has already completely turned around Joe Biden's never-ending inflation. But you know what? President Trump's economic success so far goes beyond just inflation. Take a look at some of these numbers. Egg prices are down to $1.83 per dozen. Gas prices continue to decrease. Job growth is up, with 93% of those jobs being in the private sector. Trump's tariff negotiations have all been successful, including with Mexico, Colombia, Ontario, Panama, and Ukraine. Trump has already secured $741 billion in manufacturing investments, with another $700 billion in the pipeline. And guess what? Border crossings are down 93%. So all of that is to say that so far, President Trump is absolutely killing it. Now, folks, I want you all to hear what President Trump had to say just the other day about this ongoing ridiculous Democrat narrative of an upcoming recession. But first, I want to say real quick, if you guys enjoy the daily news coverage, please consider subscribing to the channel, because it really does help a lot with my daily struggle against the YouTube algorithm. But okay, folks, take a look at this.
Mr. President, your comments the other day not ruling out a potential recession seemed to rattle the stock markets. The Commerce Secretary said there wouldn't be one.
Boom. Just so you know.
Just specifically on the recession.
Yeah.
Do you think there will be a recession?
I don't see it at all. I think this country is going to boom. But as I said, I can do it the easy way or the hard way. The hard way to do it is exactly what I'm doing, but the results are going to be 20 times greater.
Well, yeah, folks, as the saying goes, if you want to make an omelet, you're going to have to crack a couple eggs. Over the last couple years, the Democrats have done an absolutely insane amount of damage to this country and this country's economy. And let's be honest, cleaning up their mess isn't going to be easy, and it's not going to be fun. Hard decisions are going to have to be made, and yes, there might be some short-term struggle for some long-term growth. But that is why we all voted for President Trump, to put America first and to actually fix these problems rather than just slapping a Band-Aid on them like Joe Biden did. Now, while we're talking about making tough but necessary decisions, take a look at this next clip.
I think we're going to have an economy that's a real economy, not a fake economy. It was a fake economy. They were putting in all government jobs. You see what happened last week, last month? We had more real jobs, and government jobs are way down. That's going to continue. Those are real jobs. Those are jobs that keep the country going. You can't have all government jobs. You have no income to pay the workers. Yeah. And a lot of those workers didn't show up to work. That was the other problem.
So, folks, now we're talking about real, genuine economic growth. Real American jobs for Americans here in America. Because here's the thing, as we all know, Joe Biden artificially propped up our economy for years with unheard of deficit spending and the creation of tens of thousands of unnecessary government public sector jobs. Anyone remember Joe Biden's 87,000 IRS agents? Yeah, that's the type of stuff that we're talking about. And this actually reminds me of one of the funniest jokes about communism. You can pretty easily have a 100% employment rate if the government just pays people to dig holes and then fill them back in all day. But does that mean that actual productive work is getting done? Absolutely not. So here's the point. Not all jobs are equal, and Trump is focused on creating productive jobs here in America for productive Americans. And really, it's jobs like that that are the backbone of our economy, not 50,000 unnecessary bureaucratic pencil pushers that Joe Biden may have hired. And yeah, you know what? Making real productive jobs is more difficult. It takes time and negotiation, but this is the only way to actually repair the economy. And this is something that the Democrats are just completely unwilling to do. Their solution to everything is just more government spending. They think they can tax and spend their way to success when in reality, the only way to make America great again is to empower Americans, which is exactly what President Trump is doing. And so this is why the Democrats are just completely dumbfounded that President Trump's economic plan is actually working, because the Democrats very clearly have zero faith in Americans. But you know what's happened because of that? Now Americans have zero faith in the Democrats. Going from 4 years of Trump into 4 years of Biden, right back into Trump, has given people a very clear idea of who's really better at running the country. And this is why the Democrats right now have a 21% approval rating, whereas President Trump has his highest approval ratings of all time right now. And you know what? It's pretty obvious why. As it would turn out, if you're the president and you want to earn the approval of the country, all you really have to do is work in the best interests of Americans. So what does that actually mean? Well, it means shutting down illegal immigration. It means no more sending money to foreign countries that no one has ever heard of. And it means bringing jobs back to America. And guess what? These are all things that President Trump is actively doing that the Democrats and Joe Biden never actually did. We also know that regarding these decreasing interest rates, Elon Musk and the Department of Government Efficiency were 100% right. For months, they've been saying that as they continue to cut waste and abuse out of our federal budget, the interest rates will continue to go down. Well, lo and behold, they've cut over $100 billion worth of waste and abuse already, and guess what? Interest rates are now going down. It really makes you question the competence of all of these academically trained progressive economists when pretty much they're just always wrong about everything. But okay, folks, here's the real takeaway. Now that President Trump is back in office, not only are inflation rates already going back down, but Trump is building out every aspect of our economy, opening back up our American domestic energy sector, securing hundreds of billions of dollars in manufacturing investments, repatriating jobs and bringing them back to America. You name it, Trump is doing it. And so, folks, despite the never-ending theatrics of the progressive left, this is all a great reminder that with President Trump back in office, America first is inevitable. But everyone, before we wrap up with today's video, I want to say real quick that I've actually made a community Facebook page where I'll be posting additional news and updates relating to all of this. So if you guys use Facebook, check out the pinned comment down below and give that page a follow. But now that is going to be a wrap for today's video, so please go down below and drop a comment. Let me know what you think about all of this. Please like the video while you're down there. Like I said earlier, please consider subscribing to the channel because it really does help a ton. Thank you all very much for tuning in today, and of course, as always, stay safe.